In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Bitterness in the life, difficulties, troubles, unhappiness in the life. It is something unavoidable. Nobody on earth is without the difficulties, without the troubles, without different sorts of problems. Although there are happiness and there are ease, there is ease as well, there are comforts as well. Some of the times we do enjoy the luxuries in our life as well. It is another thing that we usually do not remember the kind of comfort and the pleasure we had been enjoying, and we are always, or quite often, quite frequently, we are found remembering and repeating the trouble, the the discomforts, the unhappiness, the problems we people are facing. It remains in our mind and it remains upon our lips as well, so often, so often, so often. Do you know that the people of forces, they are given different types of mental and physical training. A part of their training is how to face the difficulties, the troubles, the challenges in the life. And even these people are sent on adventures. These people are thrown in the jungle and given nothing. Rather, they are told to survive on your own and enjoy the resources of nature, pleasant present over there. This is so. Now, this ability actually, the ability to fight, ability to survive, ability to be patient, ability to bear the difficulties, it is created, it is gifted to each and everyone else. It is gifted to us like the kit, like the gear, but fewer of us actually bother to develop it, and the people of the forces, it becomes compulsory upon them. It is not a sort of optional thing, rather, it is compulsory to develop it and to put it into the use. So these people are given the exercises, these people are, put into the very difficult positions as an adventure to face and to cope up with. Now, one thing very clear about, we must be very clear about is that these difficulties, that these troubles and these problems, these are not optional. These are compulsory and these are unavoidable. There is no one else on earth. The so-called are the really big people, the great people. Do you think that their life is free of troubles, free of the problem, free of the unhappiness, free of the different sort of unpredictable positions? I think they do have to face every sort of trouble, every sort of problem, every sort of things. So these things are actually unavoidable to each and everyone else's life. But how we are going to face it, it depends upon us. It depends upon us. We can take it lightly, we can take it as a routine manner, and we can somehow tell ourselves that I have to be patient, that I have to be receptive, I have to be prepared, I have to be ready for it, I have to make myself ready for it. I have to make myself ready for it, and I have to bear it, and I shall be bearing it in a very gentle, in a very, in a very, in a very systematic and soft manner. I don't have to raise hue and cry. I don't have to become very impatient. I don't have to lose my temper. I don't have to become angry. I don't have to become depressed. Rather, I shall try to remain as much a normal person as possible, because it is very graceful. It is very graceful to remain normal. If at all we fail to remain normal, if at all we fail to keep the calm, and we fail to become the patient, and we become very much impatient, will it help? No, not at all, not at all, not at all. Rather, it will actually magnify the problem. It will actually increase our trouble many folds. It is not going to be diminished at all. It is not going to be thrown out at all, because being panicked actually, if at all we do get panicked, what is going to happen then? I think that we will be actually, we do have to exert more. We do have to bear more of the pain, more of the discomfort, more of the displeasure. This is what we do have to feel. I think that if at all we do want to become a great human being, all what is needed is that we need to become ready for this. On the one hand, the way forces people, keep themselves ready for the sake of adventures, for the sake of troubles, for the sake of problems. We too have to remain normal as possible. We have to be ready for it. On the one hand, we should keep this thing in mind, that there will be problems, that there will be troubles, that there will be difficulties, and these difficulties and problems are unavoidable. I cannot avoid that. But how do I face it? It depends upon me, it rests upon me. I can do it in a very patient manner, and I can become very much impatient as well. I can somehow bear it in a graceful manner, and I can get panicked as well. I can raise the hue and cry, or I can remain the silent human being, knowing that it has arrived in my life, not on my own choice, and I shall not be able to get rid of it. I shall not be able to get rid of it, unless and until there is a specific time does arrive. I have to be very sagacious. I do have to become very patient. I do have to give myself enough amount of time. I do have to be prepared for it. And I shouldn't be eager and desperate to get rid of it. Rather, give it the time, enough amount of time to stay. And obviously, a time will arrive when the bearing of it will become very easy for me, and it will become almost a routine. And the time will arrive when this trouble and this problem will be seeking permission from me, and this trouble will be begging to leave my life, and I will be happy enough to see it off, to say goodbye to it. Until then, I'm very happy, I'm very patient. I try to become as much normal as possible. The troubles are there in the life and of each and everyone else, and I don't have to let my tongue and my brain become a bitter one because of these difficulties. I do have to remain calm, and I do have to keep my tongue and my brain sweet enough by being more and more and more positive, and by looking upon the bright side, on the brighter side, always believing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, always believing that there is a kind of silver lining everywhere else. So that is why I think so that I need to become sweet enough. I need to keep my mind, I need to keep my tongue as sweet as possible. And I don't have to become bitter at all, despite the fact that there are bitter things in my life, like that of everyone else. But I don't have to let my life become a bitter one. I don't have to allow my life to become a bitter one. No matter how much drought it is, no matter how much drought it is, there will come the rain, and it will shower everywhere else, and the life will revive itself again, and there will be the vegetation, and there will be the wild flowers, and there will be the plants, and there will be the crops, everything else. I think that we need to understand this thing and we must remain as sweet as possible. Never, ever, never, ever allow yourself to become a bitter person, bitter of tongue and bitter of mind. Always keep your mind happy enough, always keep your mind sweet enough, and always let your tongue spread the sweetness. Be as pleasant a personality as possible, no matter what are the circumstances. And there should be such a huge sweetness generating mechanism in our mind that it should be coming out of our tongue all the time. Thank you very much.